Hi, Cheyenne. Come on in.
I noticed we came through a double set of doors.
Yes, this building was designed to make sure that everybody inside is safe, mainly the youth, obviously, and also our staff.
And this front desk here, is there staff normally here all the time, or?
Yes, this building is staffed 24/7, 365 days a year. And any youth who aren't able to be diverted safely from entering shelter, they would do their intake at the front desk here with the staff.
So when the City of London RFP became released to the public, to me it became essential that YLU respond with a business plan.
Youth has always been an identified need in our community, and so the city, as part of our relationship with provincial and federal funding, is we can provide some operating supports to agencies to do that. And so as a city, we try to be leaders, but we more try to be partners with groups, right? We try to partner with our agencies, we try to partner with our communities so that we can all solve homelessness together.
Come on, you want to see the rest of the place?
Yeah, please. Wow, this place is absolutely gorgeous.
Why not make a shelter beautiful? That idea of giving them a place to restore, get them off the street, get them in a room, and get them the services that YLU can offer them. It's extremely important to provide beauty in spaces.
It's so important in our community that we have youth-specific services. This is a unique time of vulnerability in the lives of youth when they're maybe kicked out of home, when maybe they're coming to a new community, when they're experiencing whatever crisis it is that's caused them to lose their housing.
Starting with the design, we had the opportunity to work with the Community Advisory Group, which the Youth Opportunities Unlimited team put together. And that's a team of experts in the field of homelessness prevention, security, shelter management and operations, and the youth themselves. So the three main concepts really were creating a safe space, creating a secure space, and creating a welcoming space.
And this will be kind of a lounge area for the youth. There will be a TV here for them to watch.
That's awesome. The windows are so large in here.
Yep, and this is the dining area right here. So we do have a kitchen that will be serving meals over here. And we will also have this space for when the kitchen's not open, if youth need something to eat, if they come in the middle of the night and they're hungry. It's a very low barrier here. It's designed to make them feel safe.
And how many times a day are the youth fed?
3 meals a day and snacks as well.
Really, and snacks?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Did you want to go see one of the rooms that the youth will be staying in?
Yeah, please, that'd be cool.
A lot of times when you're experiencing homelessness, the next thing you're worrying about is the next 5 minutes, right? Is where can I go to be safe? Where can I get my next meal? Where can I get this? Where can I get that? By having the shelter, it gives people that opportunity where those questions are already answered and those things are already provided for them. So it allows them to stabilize, allows them to really start to address some of the challenges that have resulted in their homelessness if they're ready to do that.
So this is one of the 3 wings of rooms for youth.
I love how big the hallways are.
And this room is larger than most of the rooms, but it's one of the accessible rooms, so it's also pet friendly. So if someone has a pet or they're mobility challenged, they would be able to.
Oh, so they can bring their pets here in case they need to leave a situation?
Yeah.
We know that for people that have experienced trauma, they will often choose to stay and remain homeless and sleeping rough or sleeping wherever they are, rather than give up even temporary access to their pet. That pet is their trusted soulmate, and we didn't want that to be a barrier.
So consulting with youth, as well as experts in the field, was extremely important for this project. They have a lived experience that we could only imagine, really.
When I was homeless and living on the streets, and when I went to one of the shelters that they wanted to place me in, the room was as big as this room that you have now, and there was like 4 or 5 of us in there. So it was really hard, and unfortunately, I did not stay. I looked at the room and I left because I was so scared that there's so many other people in there.
Unfortunately, many youth who experience homelessness have extensive histories of trauma. This can be trauma from within the family when we think about family violence. This can be trauma related to people not respecting their gender identity or their sexuality. And so in coming into a crisis space, it's very important that we have a trauma-informed approach.
The initial thinking was that it would be a combination of individual rooms and dorm-style accommodation. And what it came down to fundamentally was, no matter what that mix was going to be, we were going to get it wrong. Because the moment all those individual rooms were filled, and then that next, say a young woman that walks in that's leaving a trafficked situation, she needs her own room. So do we push somebody out who needed their own room last night to say, this person's needs now are higher than yours? That doesn't feel respectful to us. So everybody in this shelter will get their own room because their own needs will probably dictate it.
I noticed that there's a small window on the doors.
Everything in the shelter was designed to keep the youth safe. So it's in order for staff to be able to check on the youth. There are private washrooms in the hall. It's not a washroom where there's stalls. It's a single washroom.
And there's showers in the washrooms?
Yes.
That's awesome. So anyone can just go in and lock the door and be safe and by themselves.
Do you want to see the courtyard?
Yeah, that'd be really nice.
Congregate living gets the most amount of people in the largest amount of space you can, and I appreciate that. That's been sort of the model that we've done for a number of years. But I think things are changing on that front, and I think giving people their own space, their own dignity, is super important.
So by providing things like safe spaces, by having private rooms, by having independent wings where people can make connections with friends and new acquaintances, all of these elements build in natural community, safety, control, independence, all important parts of that trauma-informed approach.
So this is the courtyard.
Oh my gosh, it's so big.
We looked at a site that would allow physically not just room for a building, but for some space around a building. So that people can, if they're going to be gathering around the shelter, they're not constantly out on display in a very busy street where they don't have the opportunity for privacy.
This whole area is all fenced, and there's also a dog run down the side of the building, down the other side of the swing,
Oh,
for
that's
people who have their pets here.
Are you guys gonna have a garden or anything back here eventually?
Yes, we actually have a green space, and next year we're going to be growing our own vegetables and things like that,
That's
and sharing the
awesome.
surplus with other organizations that need it.
Thank you so much for showing me the youth shelter.
You're more than welcome. It's my pleasure.
We're helping those young people fundamentally in ways that we as individuals can't imagine, but we're also helping our community, because we're helping our community overcome a significant challenge that our community has that costs us money, but I'd say so much more importantly than money, it costs us some of our humanity.
Why wouldn't we do something like this, right? Why wouldn't we give somebody an opportunity that needs to utilize this space to have a good space, right? To have their own private space. Why should we have to sardine can people into a dormitory that might have been repurposed for something else years ago? We had an opportunity to do it right the first time. We're looking at the future here. We're looking at changes in how shelter management is done. And I think what YU has done here and the work that they've done, and it's that care and compassion that they put into everything they do.
All of us at A+ Link Architecture and our consultants are extremely, extremely proud of this project, and we're excited to see it lived in and used, and that's why we design spaces. Community should be really, really proud of this space.
These youth are our neighbors. They are the kids of our friends. They are the people who are in our classrooms. These youth are Londoners. And so I'm excited to see this space that's us as a community coming together to say, we need a youth-focused solution to homelessness. and we need a pathway to permanent housing. And so it's wonderful to see London coming behind this project, creating something that is dignified, that is beautiful, that is well thought out, research-based, that's going to be changing the lives of Londoners, of young Londoners.